Hey there, my name is Pravus, welcome back to more Hearts of Iron 4, no step back. The Romanovs' last laugh. Ha 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 ha, I like laughing so much. Alright, so I think I've decided we're going to continue going down some of the industrial focuses. Some of these end up being really good. Shifting to armaments production actually comes at a perfect time for us right now. Because yes, it will reduce our civilian factory construction speed, but guess what we're doing right now? Stopping the construction of civilian factories and trying to go hard on our military factories. So it seems to me that if we're able to pick that up nice and quick, we'll be in a really good position. Now, one thing I'm scared of, I know from a Reddit post about this achievement and some other stuff people are experiencing as far as the Soviets, about 3-4 weeks ago, somewhere around there, this was bugged, and this actually would create a second 5-year plan focus, national spirit. So you'd have 2 of them, which would be weird for your economy because it would give you like a lot of extra boosts to your output, but it would completely obliterate almost all efficiency growth for your factories, which was really, really, really bad. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. Maybe it works. God, I hope it works. Yeah, we need a lot of light tanks. We may need to consolidate some of these a little bit. That said, I've only got 5. Oh, we got more than that. We got a few light tank divisions. We may want to get rid of 1 or 2 of them just so I have less to reinforce and focus on having maximum strength in a few different spots that will be more beneficial. Maybe? We'll think about that. Let's just for now go ahead and move. Actually, I'm doing this all wrong now that I think about it. This guy's good with... He's a Cossack. He's really good with cavalry. Yeah, but we're not going to keep the cavalry anyway. Whatever, it's fine. Let's take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move these guys over here. There we go. All right. So yeah, we actually have a few light tank divisions. I might want to reduce this a little bit, just so I have less to reinforce, so I can get full strength on my light tank divisions. And we'll start gradually replacing those with either medium or heavy tanks, depending on what I'm feeling like. And I'm not really sure which is best at this point. I know a lot of people... Whoop. Hello. We need to train up some units quick. Hang on. And if not that, then we need to move you guys over here, like, right now. I don't know how I'm going to get troops over here fast enough. I don't think I can. I'm a little bit worried about having something escalate at the border. What we can do is try to train up some troops and then rapidly deploy them the second that we're able to. I don't think we're going to have enough time. But if we can get some troops over here before the Japanese can stage an incident at the border, I'd like to not lose this state, if possible. So we'll see what happens. I don't feel like this is going to go well. We're probably too far away. In hindsight, I actually should have left some divisions over here in the first place. We got a little bit of time before this event fires. Let's see. We got the construction. That's great. 1939. Go for an upgrade to medium tanks. It's ahead of time, but it would go pretty fast. They're 1940, though. I think we instead go for the upgrade to our infantry equipment. We know we're going to need that. How? Oh, never mind. They're able to deploy. Perfect. Get over here. Now. Go, 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 go. Just by having some units over here, hopefully we can prevent... Come on. Edit. We can prevent this from becoming an issue. I hope. Depends on how fast they get down here and how fast the Japanese react. It's kind of like a weird border skirmish situation, you know? I think that's what it is. Here come... Oh, these guys actually got here really fast. Frick, look at them go! Vroom! Thank you, Trans-Siberian Railway. All right. Oh, and perfect timing. Here they come. All right, they're not going to win this, right? There ain't no way they're going to win this. There we go. Japanese defeated. Hey, we got a cost reduction for land doctrines. Yay! Where did we get a general for you? Why did my field marshal move? He moved. He definitely moved. Huh. Aren't you fun? Yeah, we'll go ahead and move you back, I guess. Anyway, these guys can all join up over here or something. It's fine. I did something weird and got some troops in a weird position. Anyways, yahoo. So now we got that. That's great. I'm going to have more troops that I now need to somehow supply and do something with. Let's just go ahead and move you over here for now. Cool. And we'll just join you up with this field marshal. There we go. Okay, so Japan's been warded off. Great. What do we want to get next? Division recovery, stability? Pretty good. Alternatives. would include a material designer, tank designer, aircraft designer. I think we're going to go for the stability. Stability translates into extra factory output as well as some political power and consumer goods reduction. All three things that I really want. So that's good enough. Let's go for a shift to the armaments production. And that's going to time out very nicely because here come the military factories. Let us pray that this is not going to turn into one of those double national spirits thing. The new project, this is the 5-year plan. Oh. Yeah. Sure, why not? Give me access to Poland later. I'll take it. By all means. They still are giving it to me. Cool. Consumer goods, 10%. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about this. That consumer goods thing is nasty, dude. Nasty. But yeah, alright. So we'll pay attention to some of that. In the meantime, the troops are all heading back home. Japan should more or less leave us alone for the rest of the game, I think. And we should be able to request... No. Where's my option? Didn't we have an option somewhere to start asking for help? Designer can be upgraded. Where did that go? We should have been able to boost that up in some way. We're supposed to be able to, anyway. Unless something has changed. But we should have been able to get, like, an efficiency growth or some sort of a modifier that would have helped with that. Huh. I'm not super sure why that's happened, but alright. We'll also get a couple of research bonuses for infantry weapons, which will let me start getting ahead of time on things like breakthrough and soft attack, which will certainly be quite nice. Minus 75% boost, we'll hold on to this so I can use it for the construction tech a little bit early. I kind of think that we need to go for... We need to go for the medium tank and boost those up. The higher level medium tanks are just straight out better in every way. You still can stack the same sort of stuff in them, but they actually, I think, are just either cheaper or just have better base stats regardless. It's nice. Let's go ahead and work on that upgrade to the artillery. We know we're going to want that too. We're running a little bit low on rubber. I'll let it stay at -2 for the moment. That's fine. How are we doing as far as our support equipment? Actually, we're in the positive again. That's great. We don't have much in the way of light tanks. And we're starting to produce some more fighters. Gonna need a lot of those. For absolute sure, I'm gonna need a lot of those. Sure, let's go ahead and start snagging a few of the cavalry and start swapping them out. We have equipment for them, so let's just do it. Seems good enough. And we'll do the same for, like, the Mountaineers and some cavalry and stuff over here. And the Mountaineers are basically just a cheap upgrade. That's fine. Okay. All of these guys are probably going to need it as well, but these guys are the lower priorities because they're mostly for defense anyway. I don't know what I'm going to do with you guys. Just go ahead and swap some of you out. That's fine. Okay, so logistically speaking, yeah, we're going to be lower on our support equipment all of a sudden, but there we go. We're still fine. I'm producing plenty of artillery at this point, I think, though that's about to change because we are about to swap out the tech. All right, the moment of truth is approaching. In 1 week, we're going to find out if my game is borked. Be really bad if that were the case. German Reich declared war on Hungary? Huh? Hungary usually joins peaceably. They're even fascist? Huh? What? Did something happen here with Poland? I don't know. All right, production lines. Growth, base, factory output, research bonuses for production. Boom, ba, 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 boom. There's our new project, still updated. And it looks like they did fix it. Fantastic. Okay, so we don't have to worry about the bug, I think. It looks like we are going to be able to get this, which means I can start boosting up my military factory construction speed by a fair bit. That's just awesome. We're going to need to get some upgrades to our railroads for sure. At least level 2, kind of across the board. We also need to worry about areas where our supply can get cut off. For example, we're okay right now. I'm debating whether we need to build more railroads in a few places. It kind of depends. I think we're okay where we are. We'll get some upgrades for railroads over there. We need to get you up to level 2 at least. I suppose one thing we could do is actually literally just build a railroad that goes around here. Then we... no, that wouldn't help me much. This is all looking okay. I'm a little bit worried about this area. It'd be nice to have a railroad that goes down this way. Like this, maybe? And then boost it up. Yeah, we have a lot of railroads that we need to construct. I know that. But I also know we need to keep getting more of these military factories, so... There's just so much to do as Russia. There is. There's just so much that needs to get done. So many priorities, and they all are, like, extremely urgent. Like, right now. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Poland refuses the German ultimatum. Mm-hmm. Okay. And there's the war against Poland. Mm-hmm. Poland joins the Allies. World War II has officially begun. Hungary joins the Allies. Does that mean that when I fight the Germans and I run in here, we're going to be liberating Hungary and I'm not going to occupy them and I'm going to have to fight the Allies anyway now? Is that what's going to happen? Oh, it might. It might mean that we now are committed to having to fight the Allies in addition to everything else, which would be very angering. Very aggravating if that's the case. But, alright. We'll have to find a way to pull it off anyway. Keep doing your training, guys. No green troops allowed. Everyone's got to be trained up. I'm rather perturbed with the thought of this. Anyways, yahoo. Let's see. We can get another upgrade for my government. I think I want to go for a Chief of Air Force guy and start building up some regular air experience, because we have not been getting much up to this point. And air experience will allow me to start, you know, actually getting better planes once we have them researched, which will be coming up pretty soon in 1940. And man, I wish I had a 4th research slot. I really do. There goes Warsaw. Poland is gone. Was to be expected. Germany honors the pact, and I get a whole bunch of free territory that now I have to manage. Hooray! The USSR occupies Eastern Poland. That's not... No, that is not true. We did not. The USSR did not do such a thing. The USSR does not exist. Oh, I almost forgot. We need to start building up some anti-air, and we need to do that, like, now. We can start getting upgrades for our artillery. That's fine. Our efficiency is going to be terrible. We need to start putting at least a few factories into this quick. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and focus on doing that now. If we don't start getting some anti-air, then that means that the Germans are absolutely going to obliterate me. Belgium has now been joining in. All right, as to be expected. I need to get a couple levels of radar in a couple different places in addition to everything else. There's the production lines optimized. Thank you. Steel casting, I think for 5% extra industry is just great. 5% extra factory output, man, that adds up. And then we can start focusing on getting the Tsar back. We could go ahead of time on these. It's not even, it would be pretty quick to do, but instead I'm going to go ahead and focus on getting something like the entrenchment. And over here, yeah, let's go ahead and get a few more divisions swapped out for the good stuff. We have enough equipment to go around, that's fine. The same thing here. Okay, we are slowly but surely getting rid of all my cavalry. I still don't have a lot of light tanks to work with, and that worries me, but we're getting there. And I'll hold on to as much infantry as possible. Truth be told, we need to get rid of these fallback lines. I think at this point we should have enough supply, or at the very least we can see how much supply I've really got to work with. Let's go ahead and create ourselves another fallback line right along here. Something like this. And then another one along here. And we can start looking for vulnerabilities in our supply. There we go. Go ahead and get these guys all in position. I know we're going to cede a load of ground off to the Germans. I know this expansion's called No Step Back. We're taking a step back. All right, it's going to be hard enough to survive this right now as it is. Really hard, in fact. Let's go get that reinforced rate on you as well. Might as well. What else are we producing that's out of date? Oh, right, infantry equipment. Well, there goes a whole bunch of my production efficiency, but it's time to start doing some upgrades. The thing is, I could start, instead of changing my troop templates, we could start trying to, like, build up new templates, or sorry, new troops instead. And that might be better. Oh. Just need a little bit more rubber there, thank you very much. Yeah, we could just start training up new troops instead. And I think there's something to be said about doing that instead of changing up my templates right now. Let's just go ahead and start getting more. I need to have lots of troops sitting here so that it is unbelievably costly for the Germans to make their push. We've got like another year or so, maybe 2, before they're going to hit me. Kind of depends on how effectively they fight the Allies, which they should be doing fine. There goes Denmark. Germany's playing a very historical game right now. All right, so there's a medium tank chassis. Now, I'd love to start making some new medium tanks. That could be pretty fun. That's still too far ahead of time to be worth it. It is nearly 1940. Let's start working on the improved computing machine. What do we want next? Maybe a tank designer, but I'm thinking maybe plane designer. It would get the research speed going up, plus we'd have the extra agility and stuff, which I think I'm going to end up needing. As far as military high command, we only have air superiority options. I mean, like, we don't have much here that I can work with. I really don't. It's kind of bad. Artillery designer could be helpful. Infantry equipment designer can be helpful. I think we need to go for the light aircraft designer so I can get a new plane design faster and just be better in general. I'm nervous, honestly. I'm very nervous about fighting against the Germans. I mean, I know that the strategy as Russia has pretty much always been hold that ground, for the love of God, hold your ground. Let the Germans throw away all of their equipment until they basically can't fight no more, and then you just sweep in and beat the snot out of them. That's been the goal for a long time, but yeah. All right, what else do we want to do here? We can't do this because we are not at peace with the major power that disrupted the third 5-year plan. All right, well, I think we're basically done over here. I could get some railway boosts, but meh. Develop the Urals and more research slots. That'd be so good, but I really don't think I can. You know something I want to do, though? As much as I want to go down this route, what I'm going to do first is military reorganization. Because for at least 70 days, our troops are going to have, like, no organization regain. Well, a little bit loss there. No experience, blah, blah, blah. Let's get rid of that before the Germans hit. Because otherwise, we'll be fighting them at a significant reduction of power. And that would not be wise. No siree. Let's also start getting myself some sort of intelligence agency. I guess I can call it the NKVD. I'm going to do that real quick just so we can get some, so I have a little bit of intelligence in the states they're attacking from, and hopefully that gets me a couple of little boosts. It won't be much, but it'll be something, and I'll take it. It's time to start working on an upgrade to the fighter, so let's do that now. We'll need to produce as many of these as we can. And military factories are freeing up. That's great. We're producing a few fighters per day. A few hundred ain't gonna cut it. I can just tell you that right now. Logistically speaking, tanks are the thing that's killing me. So let's go ahead and produce at least a few more of those. And then, yeah, it's time to go to the tank designer. Let's create a tank. What do we want? Well, as much as I like medium howitzers, we haven't got the upgrades to go for level 2. I think we're going to end up going for the medium cannon. I mean, we could go for the soft attack straight up. Just ignore the piercing value entirely. You know, actually, I kind of like that better. It's more expensive is the problem, but I kind of like the idea of just swapping out my tanks for nothing but howitzer tanks and say screw it. We're not going to be good against other tanks, but I don't care. All I want to do is shred your infantry. That said, this is cheaper, and I need cheap. All right, never mind. Do that. Medium turret. 3-man turrets are better. You get a pretty good amount of breakthrough. They are more expensive, though. At least a 2-man turret. I don't want to go for the cheap 1-man. We'll just split the difference and go for something more affordable. Radio, I think, is worth it for a 45% boost. Suspension, we could go for bogey. That's cheap. I don't need the reliability. I think we do end up going for bogey suspension. I'm going to go for welded armor. I'm going to go for a diesel engine. No. Gasoline? No. Petrol electric? No. Diesel is fine. Or we could just leave this and save experience, I guess, but... yeah, we'll go for diesel. And then we could start tossing on some extra modules. Like sloped armor. Or wet ammunition storage for reliability. Meh. Smoke launchers, machine guns. I don't want to add too much production cost. The extra munition storage is a way of getting some extra defense and breakthrough at the cost of reliability, which I don't care about. Secondary turrets, I don't think are going to be worth it. They cost a lot of production for a very, very tiny amount of stats. Do I want to go for the sloped armor? Definitely increases the cost by a lot, but 20% extra armor... you know, at this stage of the game, what do I need with extra armor? I don't think I need that. This much armor is fine, and I can actually just toss some stuff on here, and that would be fine too. Oh, we're actually not fast enough. That's ironic. Gas engine it is. I think this is going to have to be my medium tank for the moment. I don't love it. But it's a pretty reliable tank with at least decent-ish stats. Alright. It'll do. So these are going to be my medium tanks then. It's time to start producing some and start getting rid of light tanks in favor of mediums, which are going to have just straight up better stats. You guys no longer need to be here. We're going to go ahead and give you a front line / a fallback line. I'm thinking we give some here. Need a fallback line in a few spots. Although, actually, I can't even see the dang lines. That's the problem. Did it work? I think it worked. It did. What do you know? Alright, and we'll just go ahead and assign a few more of these guys. Oh, that didn't work, though. There we go. To a few of these areas, just so I'll have some extra defenses sitting around, ready to go when the Germans start to hit. Come on. Go to the right place. There we go. And then we need a few more. Let's see what gets assigned down over here. But yeah, alright, so that'll help a little bit. How are we doing as far as construction? We're making quite a few more of those military factories. Pretty soon we're going to start working on those forts. Yeah. How's our occupation looking? I haven't looked at that in a while. Poland is having issues, but at least we're starting to get some decent compliance out of places like Kurdistan, Romania, and Turkey. So we're just now getting to the point where we're getting the extra factories. Nanjing has fallen. Oh, Japan is still winning in China, despite the fact that China has been part of the Allies. That's weird. That's weird, right? Am I crazy? Is that weird? I think that's weird. Alright, let's get that military reorganization out of the way. Infantry unit design cost. I don't know what that means. Is that an experience thing? I don't know. Well, regardless, we're going to get ourselves a bunch of extra army experience, which would be nice. I could go for a few extra spirits. Static warfare, man. Max entrenchment and entrenchment speed. Just saying. What's our infantry max entrenchment right now? 5. It's not much. So you're telling me 10% is another 0.5. Yeah, that's not going to amount for a lot. It's not going to amount for a lot at all. Alright. We are training up a handful more units, but in the meantime, if we've got the equipment, I say we go ahead and swap out at least a few more of you guys. Cavalry, we need to continue getting rid of these. They only had like 8 combat width anyway. There was no way in heck we wanted to use this. Equipment-wise, we've just used up all of my artillery. But that's a pretty significant power boost for me. I do think... Do you guys have regular infantry? You do. Hold the phone. I think we go ahead and swap some of these guys around. So that they're all under the proper army typing. 1, 2... Okay, did that wrong slightly. Hang on. We got no infantry over there. All right, that's fine. There we go. Okay, so at least the offensive armies either have tanks or they have the guys with artillery. It's still not very good for offense, like, don't get me wrong. I will happily trade that stuff out in favor for, like, let's say some motorized and motorized artillery at some point, but for right now, we can't. A seducer could be pretty good. Propaganda, blah, blah, blah. Double agent. Infiltration effectiveness with infiltrator could be pretty good. Well-groomed, blah, blah, blah. Guess we take you. Let's go ahead and start building up a spy network. It's not going to do me a whole lot of good, but we'll start getting some intelligence in the area. Recon companies, we're not even using yet. Trains, I'd love to get upgrades for. Upgraded anti-air could be pretty helpful. We'll start working on some of that, though we need to get the upgrades to artillery pretty soon as well, which would have allowed me, by the way, to get things like my howitzer tanks instead, but oh well. There's military reorganization done. Good. All right, so we at least got that. Now we're going to go ahead and get the Savior Cathedral, start working toward getting those boosts for the Tsar. I think it's time to start working toward that. The research slot is the only thing that I think would be a very viable alternative, and I kind of hate that I'm not doing it, but... something we need, for sure, is somebody defending right there. How many troops do we have over here? Too many. Let's take some of them. I'd like to hold these guys off from Turkey, if possible. And we'll also need a fallback line here against the Italians, who, by the way, also took Rhodes. Darn it. Yeah, we need to have some units available to quickly defend a couple of key spots. Somehow. Because I'd really rather not lose all of Anatolia, but if I have to, it's not the end of the world. We just pull back to the Caucasus Mountains and hold that for dear life. Denmark is dead. Could have seen that coming. Iceland takes control as a result. By the way, there are some interesting options if you go down the Tsarist route here. So first off, once we get to the Zemsky Sobor, we can either go fascist or we can go for monarchist. I'm going monarchist. You go down monarchist, there's actually a handful of interesting things like, oh, I don't know, annex Sweden, Finland, Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia. And then eventually you could go for something like guarantee a bunch of people, or maybe demand they all become my country and we just annex them outright. I have no idea how that works. They have to approve of it. And I feel like the AI would never approve automatic annexation, but like, I don't know, maybe there's technically a path where if I had not gone for any of the industrial stuff and focused on nothing but political, maybe we could have gotten down here to something and gotten things like Poland, Hungary, Bulgaria, a bunch of other guys for free, and that would have left Germany extremely isolated and it would have been easier to win the war against them. Maybe. I don't know. Hey, we actually are finishing up a lot of our projects. That's awesome. We could build up some anti-air, but I think what we need to do now is go to our supply points and make sure that these guys are upgraded. Upgrade the railways there. We can get a few upgrades in spots like that. I am highly concerned about this area. And then we're gonna need better rails all the way down here, maybe? I don't know. Let's focus on that for the moment. Then I think, yeah, we go back to military factories. Because I need more production. All right, we got a bunch more units. That's great. Let's take 3 of them and toss you in over here. And then the other 9 we'll make into something also semi-defensive. Maybe we actually make these guys the ones that defend Turkey. That could work. Right? Sure, maybe. Assign you down here, assign you here. 1, 2, 3, assign you down here. And you're not very good, but we'll take you, I guess. And we'll change your color, and at least this will slow down the Italians so that they have to take extremely expensive crossing penalties if they want to have a chance of taking any of the territory here in Turkey. And then hopefully the Allies get involved in something. I'm pretty sure, by the way, that we might be able to, yeah, reforge the Triple Entente and maybe join up with the UK. Now, that would be an interesting idea. Tank designer. Tank designer. Do we want to do that? Or would I rather go for something like maybe the infantry and equipment research speed bonus? Yeah, I'm kind of leaning toward that. We got a little time before I need to worry about war economy, right? I can't go for extensive conscription. Infantry equipment designer. And then once these are done, we're going to go ahead and knock out those boosts, and they'll be really fast. We can also go for a construction tech boost pretty soon, too. Still training up more units. How's my equipment? Still low on light tanks, and we are using up a lot of artillery. That's fine. We'll get some factories assigned down over here at some point. Fighter-wise, we've got about 1,000. It's not a lot, but we're working on it. We're actually starting to produce some of these medium tanks. That's nice. We have dockyards we aren't using. We should probably do something with them. How about just subs? I don't really care where or what. Just get me some subs. And we'll use them to try and harass some folks. Actually, maybe around the Baltic Sea. We need to try to protect... We need to try to protect this area as much as we can, I think. Prevent any naval invasions, protect our supplies and stuff coming from the Allies, whatever else it's going to take. And then hopefully we can protect everything around the Baltics. There's the Savior Cathedral. Next to work on will be the role of the Patriarchate, which is going to get me some consumer goods reduction, plus a bit more stability. We're already over 100, but, you know, once we're at war, we get like a, what is it, minus 20 or 30% boost penalty, so boosting it up a little above 100 isn't so bad. We are upgrading all of these railroads as aggressively as I dare. There's an upgrade for that. I do think even more boosts to our forts could be good. Especially here where there's not even a bridge. And I'd love to build in many other places, but for now that'll do. This is a nice 10% upgrade to soft attack, but we'll hold off. Let's get... Only takes 87 days. That's pretty fast. Shaanxi has capitulated. All right. What else are we producing that's out of date? Ah, right, my anti-air. We don't have a lot, but let's go ahead and start doing that. If we wanted to toss in some anti-air along with you... We don't have quite enough. Anti-air here could be pretty nice. Counter their air superiority effects. That is kind of what I want. How are we looking from a supply perspective? Really good. Over here is the one place that's actually struggling pretty badly. It might make sense to place down another supply hub right here. Paris is gone. Bye. I mean, we all saw that one coming, right? All right, yeah. So that's the only place where you actually have supply losses. Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. One thing we can do when the Germans attack, by the way, is we can literally just scorched earth the frick out of this and slow down their advance and buy time. That's actually very tempting. I want to go for close air support, but I don't think I can right now. This will take 163 days. It's a bit too long. Let's go ahead and get that improved. Oh, wait, no. Well, all right, we'll live with it. I was going to say we actually probably should have gotten the infantry equipment, but it's fine. What else are we producing? Fighters. Yes, let's go for this. Can I get an upgrade to the engine? Yes, let's do it. Doink. Every little bit helps. We're producing a couple per day despite the fact that we just lost most of our efficiency, so that helps at least. We're going to have some fighters. I'll have to set them all to... I have to set them all to interception, but there we go. All right, so the Germans are well on their way. Not much time left. We have to end this video here. I'm scared, everybody. I'm very scared. This is gonna be the hard part right here. The very hard part. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.